Hello, everyone. It's fantastic to connect with you once more in this video packed with intriguing, lesser-known facts about our world. Today, we're shining the spotlight on Portugal. So, let's jump right into the exciting, little-known facts about this European country. Fact 1. Portugal is Europe's oldest nation-state, with borders unchanged since the 13th century. Fact 2. Lisbon predates Rome. The Phoenicians settled it around 1200 BC. Fact 3. Portugal's existence stems from a mother-son disagreement. Portugal was a vassal county under Leon and Castile. After Henry's death, his wife, Teresa, oversaw Afonso's succession. Teresa sought independence, allying with Galician forces. Afonso Henriques opposed his mother's alliances, worried about losing control. Their conflict led to the 1128 Battle of São Mamede. This battle sparked Portugal's independence in 1143. Afonso became its first king. Fact 4. A dead woman became Queen of Portugal. King Pedro I loved Inés de Castro, and was murdered on orders from his father. After her death, Pedro claimed they had secretly wed. He posthumously declared her queen, despite the debated legitimacy. Their story is deeply rooted in Portuguese culture, particularly associated with Quinta das Lágrimas in Coimbra. Fact 5. Portugal's capital was not always in Portugal. Guimarães is considered the first capital, pre-independence. Afonso Henriques made Coimbra the capital in 1131. Though Lisbon is now recognized as the capital, Coimbra remains historically significant. It holds an official document from Afonso Henriques designating it as the capital. Angra do Heroísmo served as the capital for two monarchs. Rio de Janeiro was also considered the capital when Brazil was a Portuguese territory. The royal family defined capitals during their exile after the French invasions in Portugal. Fact 6. One of the world's oldest universities is in Coimbra. The University of Coimbra, established in 1290, is one of the oldest universities still in operation today. Its historic buildings and prestigious academic heritage attract scholars from around the globe. Fact 7. The Portuguese capital, Lisbon, is older than Rome, London, Paris, or Madrid. When you think of the oldest cities in Europe, Rome may inevitably come up. However, it is not the Italian capital that holds the distinction. Well, it isn't Lisbon either. But it may be interesting and surprising to find out that Lisbon is older than many other distinguished European cities, like London, Paris, or Madrid. While Rome is known for birthing the Roman Empire, this only occurred around 753 BCE. The current territory that is now Lisbon is estimated to have been settled circa 1200 BCE by the Phoenicians. Fact 8. A Portuguese monarch called Luís Felipe had the shortest reign in history. Portugal is home to both the shortest reigning monarch in its history. Talk about extremes. While France had Louis XIV rule the roost for 73 years, in Portugal, poor Luís Felipe only got a 20-minute shot at being king after he and his dad were assassinated 20 minutes apart. Fact 9. Portugal's Estado Novo regime, led by António Salazar, shaped politics for decades. This authoritarian rule combined nationalism and social conservatism, suppressing dissent and promoting a unified national identity. Despite economic turmoil and war, the dictatorship endured until a revolution in the mid-1970s brought democracy. Salazar's regime focused on censorship, stifling free expression. Transitioning to democracy marked a profound shift, enhancing political freedom and civil rights. This journey helped Portugal heal from authoritarian scars, fostering hope and a renewed sense of community. Fact 10. The world's most ancient diplomatic partnership. The Anglo-Portuguese alliance exemplifies timeless friendship, tracing its roots back to 1373. It stands as the oldest ongoing diplomatic alliance currently in existence, demonstrating the long-standing solidarity between Portugal and the UK. Initially formed to counter Castilian expansion, this treaty has witnessed both countries aiding one another throughout numerous European conflicts. Fact 11. The world's oldest bookshop can be found in Lisbon, Portugal. The world's oldest, continually running bookshop can be found in Lisbon, Portugal, in the Chiado district. This bookshop, Livraria Bertrand, was founded in 1732 and has been in operation for almost 300 years. To put things in perspective, this bookshop is older than the United States. Isn't that fascinating? It also holds the certificate from the Guinness World Records to prove it. Fact 12. Portugal is one of Europe's sunniest countries. When considering sunny spots, Portugal may not be the first. However, it rivals Spain and Italy for sunshine. Annually, Portugal enjoys 2,800 to 3,000 hours of sun. Summer shines brightest, especially in July, with 352 hours. August follows closely with about 350 hours, ideal for sun seekers. Even winter brings mild sunshine. Temperatures stay above 10 C. You might need sunglasses in December, with an average of 150 hours of sun. Fact 13, the Portuguese pavement Calçada Portuguesa originated due to a rhino. The iconic Belém Tower features a rhino named Ganga, overlooking the Tagus River. Afonso de Albuquerque, the Viceroy of Portugal in India, wanted to build a fortress in Diu. King Modofa declined his request but gifted Ganga instead. When Ganga arrived in Portugal, it drew significant attention as Europe's first rhino since the 3rd century. King Manuel I planned to display Ganga at his birthday but faced muddy streets from January rains. To solve this, the king ordered street paving for Ganga. Nearly 300 years later, Lisbon began full-scale paving, forever changing its image, thanks to a 16th-century rhino. Fact 14, Portugal has 2 national languages. Portuguese is the official language of Portugal, but there's more. Mirandas is a dialect considered a national language. With unique syntax, morphology, and phonology, it blends Portuguese and Galician. Though unrecognized, it's protected by the Institute of the Mirandese Language. Learning Mirandas may not be practical, as only around 15,000 people speak it. Most speakers are older individuals from remote northern areas. Despite its cultural importance, Mirandas has little influence in modern Portugal. Fact 15, Portuguese is the official language in 9 countries. Given Portugal's extensive colonial history, it can be surprising to discover that Portuguese ranks among the most spoken languages globally. It serves as the official language in Portugal, Brazil, Angola, Cape Verde, São Tomé e Príncipe, Mozambique, East Timor, Guinea-Bissau, and Equatorial Guinea. Current estimates suggest there are close to 230 million speakers of Portuguese, both native and as a second language. Brazil, a former colony of Portugal, plays a significant role in this linguistic landscape as a country with more than 180 million Portuguese speakers. Fact 16, Portugal boasted one of Europe's longest existing empires. Did you know the Portuguese Empire nearly extended into the 21st century? While Portugal might not be the first nation that springs to mind regarding empires, it maintained one of Europe's largest and longest-lasting ones. This impressive journey began with the conquest of Ceuta in the early 15th century. This is particularly relevant considering that Portugal's final colonial territory, Macau, only transitioned from Portuguese control in 1999 when it was handed over to China, marking the formal conclusion of the Portuguese Empire. In total, its influence lasted nearly 5 centuries. Fact 17, you can visit a serial killer's head in Portugal. This is not a typo. In the 19th century, Diogo Alves terrorized Lisbon, killing over 100 people. His method was to throw victims off the Lisbon aqueduct, a 200-foot fall. He was eventually caught and hanged, one of Portugal's last executions. Researchers preserved his head in formaldehyde to study criminality. For nearly 200 years, you can see it at Teatro Anatómico, Lisbon University's School of Medicine. Fact 18, Portugal once owned half of the globe. Back when explorers were the seafaring celebrities, Portugal and Spain carved up the world outside Europe for themselves. They signed the Treaty of Tordesillas in 1494, splitting the globe into eastern and western halves along a line west of the Cape Verde Islands. Portugal took the east, and Spain the west. They tweaked the deal with the Treaty of Zaragoza in 1529, but honestly, nobody else really recognized these lines except for them. Fact 19, Portugal was one of the first countries to abolish the death penalty. Way back in 1867, Portugal was already setting high standards by ditching the death penalty for all crimes, even during wartime. This move wasn't just progressive, it showed Portugal's serious commitment to justice and human rights. Fact 20, the longest bridge in Europe can be found in Portugal. The Vasco da Gama Bridge is the longest in Europe. Spanning 10 miles or 17 kilometers, the Vasco da Gama Bridge in Lisbon is the longest bridge in Europe. Driving across, you get more than just a way to cross the river, you get panoramic views that are out of this world. Fact 21, São Jorge Castles has 2,000 years of history. Lisbon's São Jorge Castle doesn't just offer some of the best views over the city, It stands as a sentinel with a history dating back over 2,000 years. This castle has seen everything from Roman legions to Moorish invaders. Fact 22. One of Portugal's national dishes is not Portuguese. Ask any Portuguese about national dishes, and bacalhau or codfish will surely come up. It's often served on Christmas Eve. Portugal consumes around 20% of the world's codfish, despite a population of only 10 million people. Codfish dishes seem local, but it's caught in colder waters, mainly imported from Norway. The recipes vary in the different Portuguese regions. Fact 23. Portugal boasts the sole world surf reserve in Europe. Renowned for its exceptional waves, Portugal is a premier destination for surfers. It truly is a bucket list location for wave enthusiasts. If you seek a European World Surf Reserve, head to Ericeira. We can't overlook Nazaré, where surfers tackle massive waves that resemble mountains. Interestingly, the largest wave ever surfed was recorded in Portugal. Fact 24. The Portuguese have a strong sense of fatalism. It's something deeply embedded in their culture. You can truly see this through the traditional fado music. The word fado actually means fate in Portuguese and comes from urban Lisbon. This music genre features heartfelt folk tunes performed by local musicians. What stands out are its mournful melodies and lyrics, often depicting tales of the sea or the hardships faced by the poor. Just recently, fado was celebrated as part of the world's intangible cultural heritage. Discover more intriguing stories about fado in Lisbon. That wraps up our video for today. If you have any fascinating and lesser-known facts about Portugal, share them in the comments. Remember to subscribe and activate that notification bell so you don't miss anything. We appreciate your watching and can't wait to see you soon.